Hello again and welcome to the latest episode of The Boundary Line. We are back at Boundary Park under miserable weather. That's why we moved in from the touchline, because it's lashing it down. The end of summer, I think, and almost the end of the season. What's been an absolutely brilliant season for this group of players. And the managing director, Mike Ford, is with us on this episode, along with one of our leaders, one of our senior players, Craig Kopczak. A lot to get through, guys. We're really excited about Sunday here in front of a big crowd and the awarding of the league trophy, when you can really toast the success of this season. But we had to get through this Sunday just gone, Copy, first of all, a 72-0 destruction of Cornwall. Give us a sense of how satisfying that was from the playing perspective, because you've got another nil, but also all the emotion and energy that went into that Keighley game. You had to turn around and come here and do it again.
Yeah, that was the thing. I think the pleasing thing about it was the zero. We spoke about it all week. We want to set some records within this competition, and we had a lot of new faces as well that come into the squad, and they really stepped up to the plate and delivered a fantastic performance. Yeah,
it showed the squad strength and depth again. How pleasing was it from you, Mike? You had a week or so to digest all the emotion, all the adrenaline of that title win at Keighley, and then back to the job here, and boy did the team do themselves proud.
Yeah, to be champions with 2 games to go, we had a chat with each other about enjoying these 2 weeks without slipping in our standards. And the boys on Sunday, to keep a team triallers, for me, is the greatest accolade you can give a rugby league team. It's a true reflection of your culture and your environment, true reflection of your leaders and your coaching staff, that everyone fights for each other when they haven't got the ball. And again, we proved that even though we're champions, well, I suppose that's why we're champions, is because we've done that all year.
What does it say about this group of players, that attitude in a game, with all due respect to Cornwall, that everyone inside Boundary Park expected you to turn up and win anyway, regardless of what your day's week preparation had been like? No one would have expected Cornwall to take anything, but you guys had to make sure that was the case. And we saw the desperation in defence. We saw 2 or 3 times Cornwall broke away. There was half a dozen of you guys chasing back. Where does that come from?
That's come from pre-season, back in November time, when it was freezing cold, raining, and Longy instilling that attitude, that desire within pre-season into us, as well as us senior players driving that in training as well, and that's been the theme throughout the season, and that's probably why we are the champions. All the off-field stuff and all the little 1%ers here and there during the game, you can see that, and that's why we're champions.
Another big positive, Mike, that we haven't really talked about. You might have stumbled, albeit quite late in his career, on a try-scoring prop forward here. He loves it, doesn't he?
He scored a beauty at Newcastle, beat about. I never remember that one. Yeah, 7 dummies. But yeah, plenty of potential in you for a standoff, I think.
Yeah, standoff next year, Copy?
In a props body, yeah, potentially.
But on a serious note, I can tell how much you're enjoying rugby league, and in all due respect, I'm speaking, you're the youngest of us 3 here, but you get to your age in a sport like this, you could be forgiven for not enjoying it anymore, for what you, especially in the front row, what you put yourself through. You're playing with a smile on your face still?
Yeah, well, it's the environment that I'm in. It's a fantastic environment. The club is, brilliant. Longy, the staff, Mike, everyone's just got a real family feel to the club, and that's the reason why I'm playing as well as I can be. I'm enjoying it off the field and on the field. So, it's just buzzing times at Oldham.
What do you feel when you hear something like that from one of your senior players, Mike? That must fill you with pride, and talk about, I'm loving it because of how it is, and I love the environment. That's down to, first of all, the head coach, but also above that, you've spoken a lot this year about culture, of getting the right people in. Not necessarily the right people. If you can get both, brilliant.
Yeah.
That comes from the top, and that's you and Bill. So to hear someone like Craig Kopczak, who's played 400 odd games, most of them at the very top level, that must make you feel really good.
Yeah, and we're going to do our review next week, our season-long review. So we'll go through everything, how we can get better. But one of the first things I wanted when I took over the club was I wanted to get the culture right. and what does that look like? And in my experience, over a long time now, you've got to put the player first. You know, from my point of view, say, you know, as a director of rugby or whatever, MD, whatever, is to make sure that the player feels like he's in every area of his makeup, you know, whether it's physical, whether it's tactical, technical, his welfare, his family, his contract, that he feels like we're putting him first. And we then took that mindset to the board, took it to the board where we wanted to put the fans first. And everything that we did was for the fans to make it a great experience, and then they come on board. And once you get a player first and a fan first, then in my experience they'll put the team first. They will fight for each other. They will get back for that intercept 5 or 6 for them in the 68th minute when there's no reason to. Do you know what I mean? That's and for me, like, it's been great start to the journey. We've done what we've done, but we're going to do things in the off seasons that's going to blow it up again. We're going to cause disruption. We're going to strip it all back down again because we want to get better. And when he comes back for pre-season, he's going to see a lot of things that's changed for the good, for the better of the team. And if he thinks he loves it now, he's going to love it next year.
And another one on that, in terms of the culture and the attitude and the environment, we had players who've been left out of the team scoring 2, 3, 4 tries on Sunday. I haven't seen many players sulk about being rotated because of the quality of the playing group that Bill, Mike and Sean have put together, Craig.
Yeah, like I say, they've done a fantastic job to build a great squad, and the culture within the squad. These players are not here to sulk, they're here to, everyone wants to win. And when they step up to the mark, they're going to put their best foot forward and showcase their skills, and then it gives Longy a headache to pick the squad. So yeah, it's dilemmas everywhere, but again, obviously next season, you know, the squad's going to be improved again, and then we start the process all again.
Where does this sit for you? I mentioned your illustrious career. You surpassed 400 like Jordan Turner, and then I stopped counting how many appearances you made. But you've played at, you know, a pretty good standard. You've also won the league title in all of the top 3 tiers now. You finished top Super League, Championship and League One. Yeah. How does this season, where does it kind of rank in your career?
It's up there, to be honest, because from where Oldham was to where it is now, it's a massive achievement for the town, for the club, for the competition. You know, it's a massive fan base, so much potential, and my role when I came here was, you know, to do that, to get them promotion. I've done that. I've done it in all three competitions now, and now the next job is, you know, the Championship.
How important has it been in the mix of the playing group to have that right balance of the young talent which we've seen coming through? We had Jamar and Kean scoring a couple of tries apiece, and also these guys, the likes of Craig Kopczak, Elijah Taylor, Joe Wardle, Jordan Turner, Matty Wildy, to have that balance right between the old and young. Yeah,
it's massively important. You know, I always go for experience first. Some good guys who can teach the young bucks, you know, this is what it looks like, this is how you do things around here. Actually, you don't do that. Go and pick up that corn, or go and pick up that water bottle. You know, putting them right, because it's a team thing. So, but you also need that sprinkling of youth, speed, razzle dazzle.
He's nodding.
Yeah.
Razzle.
No, I don't have.
Razzle dazzle. A carefree attitude at times. You know, you want to let them kids off, and sometimes Koppy will get hold of him and bring him back into the circle. But yeah, we've recruited well again next year on that basis. You know, his experience first.
We want to talk in a sec about Sunday. The league trophy, the title-winning trophy, will be awarded to these guys. So we want to see all of you down here. If you've been once, not at all this season, make sure you come down, make sure you bring your mate, make sure you bring your family for the whole game experience, which starts really very early on. We've got a couple of cup finals going to be played on this pitch, and we got a great atmosphere down in the fans bar. You and Bill came down to speak Brilliant. To the fans before the game. I've been, you know, part of my role hosting down there. They've seen that's as good as I've seen it, and with all due respect to Cornwall, that was a team who only brought a dozen fans or so. That was fantastic down there. How did you feel standing there with a packed a packed room of Oldham fans of all ages as well, which I know is something that's very important, and you were able to address them, that we've done this, but also this is what we got planned.
You know, it's a lot of hard work for the people behind the scenes. You know, I just want to pay a compliment to Kieran O'Reilly, our marketing guy, commercial guy, the guy who puts all the kids' games on before the curtain raises, the mascots, the guard of honour, the ball boys. He does everything, and he works very, very hard to fill that. What you guys are doing with the media is probably the best in rugby league at the moment. The feedback we're getting from our media, people are waiting to watch and look forward to what we put out on social media. So,
even I didn't expect that, by the way.
Yeah, well, it's a credit to, and it helps IMG.
Yeah.
And then Bill. I mean, you know, Bill again, the guy. You can't do this without a backer. And the guy we've seen how excited he got at Keighley, and his enthusiasm, he's still on that high already, you know, 10 days later, whatever it is. But without him, you know, probably the experienced guy with me, and then with the young bucks now, Kieran, and we're pulling him back a little bit like Koppy does with the young players. But it's a team thing, you know, it's a team thing, and it's not just one person. That fans bar's filled because of everybody that's been helping, including the players winning on the field and Sean coaching. It's a pleasure to see. Can we double it? That fans bar, when it gets done, is going to have a capacity of 1,000 people before a game, and that'd be nice, won't it? Before and after a game, to get 1,000 people here.
It's been one of many success stories this year, and we want it absolutely rammed for the Workington game. Let's get on to that. We'll come on to the occasion, the match day experience. We've touched on it a little bit there. I just want to talk about the matchup copy first of all, because one thing we don't want is to slip up right at the end of the season. But Workington are a pretty decent side, and they could come here to cause you a few issues.
They are, and I think if I'm right thinking, they're fighting for the playoff spot as well. So they're going to come here, nothing to lose, everything to gain. So they're going to come here all guns blazing, and we want to obviously defend our title, our zero, so to speak. So another big defensive performance is needed at the weekend. I
had a really interesting chat actually with Sean Long over the last couple of weeks about. He's on about rotating. We saw Jamar Sambu come in and score a couple of tries. Ben O'Keefe helped himself to 4. Kean Tyra got a couple as well. He's asking a lot of you, like, do you want a rest or do you want to play? There's a couple who are niggling injuries. Most of you all want to play.
I think everyone
no one wants to rest.
Play. No, I think everyone's chewing at the bit to play, to be honest. I don't think there'd be anyone who said, I'll sit this one out. So that's the mentality of the squad. Everyone wants to play, everyone wants to be involved, and it's just going to be one of them games where we need to be switched on defensively, I think, and then we can have a bit of a party after that.
Yeah.
It's a phenomenon in a rugby league squad. When the big games come along, everybody's fit.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, that's it.
What,
always. You mentioned the defence before. I think Sean, even after the match in the dressing room, he was working out in his head, wasn't he? I think we're down to 7.5 or something a game, isn't it now?
Yeah.
He's all over
like
it.
that with his calculator.
And actually, on a serious note, not many people would associate with that. Those of us who remember Sean Long, the player, one of the greatest sevens in British Rugby League history, as a coach, he's all about the defence. He's like... I don't know why I turned American there. But it's all about that, isn't it? You know what I mean? He's all about chucking the ball around and being the stylish player.
Yeah.
What he's got going defensively, you wouldn't necessarily think that's a Sean Long team, but it is.
Yeah. I was a defence coach for 10, 12 years.
I know.
As well.
So has that come from you then?
Well, the best defenders, or the best people who operate a defensive system, know attack inside out.
Yeah.
Right, if you think of it that way.
So you don't have to concentrate on your attack because that's natural, so you can do all the other stuff.
Yeah, but I think that Oldham, we're a very, very good defensive team because Sean knows exactly how to stop an attack. You know what a good attack looks like, a poor attack and an average attack, and so he gets a system there that it defends every attacking play that comes at you. So I'll turn it the other way. What you think he is a brilliant strategies on attack, and that's why we're a good defensive side, if you understand that.
Yeah, I do, and you've also just outlined why I am not a rugby coach and you two are, because I see something and you've got it far from above what I could ever understand. Let's talk about Sunday then, Workington, Coppy's outline, it could be quite a tough game if the boys are not on it, and I'm sure they will be on it. From your position, what are you looking forward to seeing, and what do you want Sunday to be all about, Mike?
I just want it to be about Oldham. We had a vision here 18 months ago about getting a winning team on the field and getting an Oldham support behind us that we can be proud of, and we've done that this year. But I always want more. I always want more, and I want, I think if we don't do anything on Sunday, we don't advertise it, I think we'll get 2,500 here, which probably could be our biggest crowd of the season.
Yeah.
If you guys do what you do in the media, we'll probably get 3.
Yeah.
And we could look as a club, Bill could look as a club to maybe doing something, ticketing wise, and it'd be great if we could get 4,000 here on Sunday. I think it's, give or take, but I think it's, the last time we won the championship and went up as a champion team without any playoffs was 1987, 88, when we were winning the old second division. So that's like nearly 40 years ago, So I think it's something for the town that they've got an opportunity to see an Oldham team lift a trophy for the first time in that many years and be proud of it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So, we're looking for it to be a great occasion. We got Lindsay Oil, the Speaker of the House, who could be down. We're just waiting for confirmation on that. So that'll be good publicity for the club, and loads of Rugby Football League dignitaries. So we've got the Vice President in Trevor Hunt to present the trophy. We've got a Rouge Shara council leader coming as well. So the old town is getting behind us and stuff. And we just want, the fans to maybe, if you've got a friend to bring this week, then bring them.
I heard a whisper that Tommy Cannon might be coming as well to do a bit of singing.
Yeah, Tommy Cannon. Yeah. So down here on the sideline, we're setting up the Boundary Parkers the band, yeah.
That single's out on the match day, isn't it?
I've got my CD today.
Have you?
I've got my CD, yeah. I don't know where, I've got nothing to play it in. But I've got CD. So the Boundary Parkers will be on the AstroTurf in front of the Joe Roll stand on Sunday performing with Tommy Cannon, because Tommy Cannon obviously is in the song.
Yeah.
If anybody remembers Tommy Cannon.
Yeah, from Cannon and Ball fame. That'll be working out the different...
You won't remember them, will you?
Age groups. Not bad. How aware, Coppy, are you, players, of everything else that's going on around the club? Not just on the match day, but you've got your job to do, which you've done as well as you could have done this year. But everything that Mike's been outlining that's going on the match day, but also through the week.
Yeah, we're aware of it, but obviously our sole focus is on performance and looking after yourself and getting things right, and then afterwards is then when you can kind of enjoy it a little bit more. But to see all the bums in seats and the fans and cheering and that, and when you come out of them sheds there, it's fabulous, it's fantastic. And if can get 4,000 people down here on Sunday, it'd be absolutely electric. We've had roughly 2,000, and that's mega in itself. So to get 4,000 in here would be absolutely electric and a fantastic occasion for Oldham.
Yeah, regardless of everything that's going on, the live music downstairs, the dance performance, the curtain raised matches. We've got a couple of great games ongoing, and then the champions playing against Workington. On top of all that, actually seeing this champion team lifting the trophy, it doesn't happen every year. It's something you'll want to be part of if you can get down, even if you can't make the first half. Get yourself down, arrive late, and see that moment and be a part of it if you can. Let's just wrap up. I know you've got to get to training, haven't you? It doesn't stop. Highlights of the season so far. We're not at the end of it. We've got a really special game to go. But when you put your slippers on and light the pipe in front of the fire in a month or so, what are you going to be thinking? That was a good moment. That.
I think back to the Halifax game when we started
right
here,
at the start.
Right at the start, it was a fantastic performance, and then just beating Keighley, to actually seal the win. You can't get any better than that, really. To be fair.
How about you, Mike?
Oh, it's pathway all the way. The kids playing in an Oldham strip. We went to Widnes on Sunday, won 1, lost 1 against a very good Widnes pathway team. On Sunday, George, we're opening the Rochdale end behind us.
Yeah.
All our pathway kids, all 200 of them, are going to come with the kit on, full strip. They're going to do the guard of honour when these guys get presented the trophy, and that for me is everything that I wanted. The number one thing I've always said when I took this club over was the kids coming through in the pathway and having heroes on the field that they can relate to. You know, I've seen kids around the town now wearing Oldham shirts, and we've got them little cards, what do you call them? Trump cards.
The Ed Collects.
The Ed Collects.
They sell out, by the way, every single match day.
Every single match day. And I want the kid, you know my story, I signed for Wigan, didn't I? But I wanted to sign for Oldham, but I want every kid to feel like that. I want them to, you know, all our pathway kids to want to play on the one day in front of the family, you know, for Oldham's first team.
There's still a kid in there, isn't there? I can tell. I can
A little
tell
bit.
just by speaking to you. Thanks for sparing your time this afternoon. I know you've got to get to training. You've got a whole list of things to do, so I really appreciate your time, Mike, as always. Thanks for watching. We hope you can be part of what's going to be a really special day here on Sunday. It's the climax to what's been a memorable season for this famous old rugby league club, and it will finish with Oldham against Workington and the League One trophy being awarded to Craig and the team. So thanks for watching, and we can't wait to see you here at Boundary Park for one last time this year on Sunday afternoon.